Did you guys break the rock and you're fixing it?
Yeah, it broke a long time ago. It's been fixed 6 times.
It's wild.
That's what a lot of people come here to see. And how many of you are seeing Plymouth Rock for the first time? A number of you. Is it everything you expected it to be? No? What were you expecting? Oh, I can actually talk about it at the very end, but we believe that crag was a naturally forming crag. Yeah. Some of you come here and you were sold on the idea of a gigantic boulder, right? You came here expecting to see something larger. And what you get instead is the Plymouth Pebble. Oh, advertising is not doing their job. Now, the reason what you're seeing is the Plymouth Pebble has very little to do with erosion, everything to do with people. The rock used to be 3 times larger, but over the years, souvenir hunters have chiseled off pieces of it. That's why this is what we've got left. So in 1620, if you imagine a rock 3 times larger, you also have to imagine that this coastline would not look like it does today. In fact, the land you were standing on is all man-made. It did not exist in 1620. There would have been thicker woods, bigger trees, and then this giant boulder here. And I can promise you when the Mayflower came in, she did not pull a Titanic and hit that rock. She was too large. Mayflower had to anchor about 1.5 miles away. Pilgrims loaded into a smaller boat, came in ashore, and what we hear about their famous first steps is that their first steps were taken out onto this rock. Now maybe among you we have some folks who believe the story, and some folks who don't believe the story, right? There's always a mix. I'm not here to tell you who's right and who's wrong. I can't tell you. The only people who can tell you are the Pilgrims, and if you came all this way to meet them, sorry. To be the one to deliver this information to you, you missed them by about 350 years. You're running really late. Shucks. The Pilgrims never write about where they anchor their boat, not in any detail. Certainly not enough to tell us that they actually landed on this rock. Why would they? You don't write about where you park your car, what steps you take. It's just not important. I worked in the state parks in Massachusetts. Now, Pilgrim Memorial State Park is one of the smallest state parks. In fact, it's so small, you can see pretty much all of it standing right here. The park is just the rock, the hill behind the rock, the green area with the amphitheater to your right, the green area with the bathrooms to your left, and that's it. I understand it's a lot to take in, so I'll give you a second. All right, that's a second. Now, what's really cool about this state park is that although it's tiny, we get about 1 million visitors a year from all over. So where are some of you visiting from today?
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona?
California.
California?
Texas.
Iowa, Texas? Was it? All right, so already you have all demonstrated you're not neighbors, you don't live next door to each other, you represent many different states, which is really cool. There are very few state parks where you can visit where so many different people from a variety of different places gather together. I've met people from so many different states and from places like Finland, Sweden, Portugal, Spain, Korea, China,